Okay. That'll be a quick on the cast, I think. Wait, no, second one wasn't actually a walkover. The guy was like found out to be a Smurf. I'll post it in CTL chat.
I got a party invite! Oh my god!
I'm glad even though I like always talk about all the results for all of these games, I never remember them.
Yeah,
So
that works, yeah.
It's nice to be able to go into the replays and not know who won.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Well, hi, I'm Siegfried. Do you want to introduce yourself, Wagon?
I am Wagon.
Nice. Now everyone knows our names. They are also below our cameras on stream.
Yeah.
So, in case you didn't know who we were, yeah, we're going to be casting some CTL matches between All In and Valhalla Gaming.
Yeah. Hey man, you know what In Control said at Home Story Cup? How some people treat these like radio shows. So, you know, we have to walk people through everything.
Yeah, like, you never know. You always have that one guy in the crowd. They're kind of slow, you know. You have to hold their hand. But it's okay. We're here for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go for it.
Yeah, I think we're ready to go.
Swiftwood says he needs to explain his game. He's saying that some of his hotkeys were unbound during it. So, but right now we're going to be going into a game on Daybreak. This is game 1 between Valhalla Gaming and All Inspiration between Axis and HyperKinetic.
Yeah, and spawning down here in the bottom left, in the green, playing for Valhalla Gaming, it is Axis.
And in the top right, for All Inspiration, playing the orange Protoss, we have HyperKinetic.
Alright, let's see what these players decide to go for. This is the gold set. Gold sets can always be interesting, I think. And
Yes.
double... Oh, no, I was gonna say, like, cause I'm a fucking idiot. I thought he was going for something crazy with, like, double gas before pool, but I'm like, wait, Dirks can do that thing with the extractors.
Right. From Protoss, we're going to see Gateway and Pylon on the low ground, actually, so probably going to do a relatively quick Nexus.
Yeah, looks like, is this, like, what is this build from Zerg? I feel like the hatchery is kind of late.
Yeah, hatchery is a little late, but I mean, it's there, it's happening.
It's a couple, a bit late, but it's no big deal. It's there, as you said. And HyperKinetic going in for that scout. Gonna kind of see what's up. I know they were doing a lot of training of HyperKinetic before his matches. I don't know what exactly they were training him for, but he was training very hard.
Okay. Well, we are going to see a fairly standard gateway expand out of HyperKinetic. So far, nothing too crazy out of either players. Axis just kind of taking his one gas and getting the spawning pool down, so no fast third hatch.
And that's an Evo chamber coming up.
Yes, that is.
That's probably going to be for drops, I assume, but HyperKinetic should, like, he sees this. He should have an idea of what's up.
Yeah, actually ends up getting the probe trap behind that Evo chamber. Yeah, so one Overlord is going to be over here to the left of the main base to be able to drop. Another Overlord's just kind of moving over to what looks like the little high tower at the base of the natural. So HyperKinetic getting a... Oh, actually ends up canceling the pylon. Okay, repositions it. So it's always good to defend against Zergling drops. You have to get that pylon up in the main base somewhere where it can cover that mineral line.
Yeah, pylon positioning definitely a very important aspect, I think, for Protoss currently.
Yeah, and we're seeing a very quick Roach Warren out of Axis, along with +1 range, so we might not even see drops. He's on a fairly low drone count. I feel like we're going to see some sort of an all-in.
That's pretty interesting. I feel like you could get this Evo Chamber a bit later and still do this correctly, or am I wrong?
I don't know. He knows the timing and he's going for it. So.
All right. Well, you know he's gonna make it work somehow.
Yep.
Let's see.
Meanwhile, HyperKinetic is getting that Stargate up. So if he's able to squeak out a Void Ray, then this Roach push could be very easy for him to hold. We'll have to see what he goes for first. It's gonna be the Void Ray.
Yeah, he does go for that Void Ray. I believe this is the build from Axis that Tech Force told HyperKinetic that Axis was most likely to do after looking through his match history, or something similar to this. They said, I remember them talking about Axis favoring like Roach all-ins.
Okay, yeah.
So this is definitely a prepared defense here from HyperKinetic, knowing basically, before he even sees anything that it's probably going to be a Roach all-in.
Yeah, it's interesting. Axis went for a Spore Crawler in the main base, so I'm wondering if he's had moments where an Oracle's just come in and killed him.
Yeah, that can definitely be something, especially, I don't know, maybe HyperKinetic likes to use Oracles on ladder 2, and he looked at his match history.
Yeah, potentially. You never know what these players are scouting from each other and how they plan to adapt,
Yeah, because this is, a lot of times, this isn't just, I'm going to do my ladder build. This is, I'm going to do a special cheese to try to, throw my opponent off guard.
Yeah, it's like you'll see some weird moves out of players, but in the context of who they're playing against, they start to make more sense.
Yeah, it's something that would put you behind in a your average game, but in this it might save you.
Yeah, so looks like we're potentially entering the Cold War stage. Oh, nope, never mind. HyperKinetic thinking about moving out with 2 Adepts. Meanwhile, Axis is actually just droned up a bunch.
Yeah, interesting. He's still got the +1 ranged attack, but he hasn't built like that many Roaches. Only 3 currently.
Well, the defensive +1 is becoming standard. I mean,
I guess. Yeah, I guess maybe Fadia's gonna do something like a push with it, but maybe he's seen something that made him not want to do it.
Yeah. Meanwhile, we are having a Hydrogen come down for Axis. He did end up seeing that Void Ray when it killed his Overlord earlier, so...
Yeah.
Might just be in a situation where he's saying, alright, I can't kill my opponent, I know he's got Void Rays out, and there's not too much I can do about it, so we'll just hang back, drone up, take a third, and get the Hydrogen.
Yeah, especially if the strength of carriers in this matchup. I definitely feel like if I was a Zerg player and I seen Protoss going for a heavier committal to air units, I'd probably be pretty scared of that air switch.
Oh, certainly. Carrier good unit.
And we do have the first Hydra starting to pop now. Axis is getting up to a decent drone count, but I feel like HyperKinetic's economy is doing pretty good as well. He's getting his 3rd base up, and HyperKinetic was attacking his own Twilight Council for some reason. But...
Yeah, not entirely sure what was going on there. Axis did swoop in and pick up a sentry that had a decent amount of energy on it, so...
Yeah.
Still going right back at it.
He clicked on it again to kill it. He's hiding his tech.
There you go. Build the Dark Shrine, then kill the Twilight Council.
They'll never know. It'll make no sense to them. They'll think you're hacking.
Yeah. Meanwhile, HyperKinetic did poke in with some Void Rays, did end up losing a couple of them, but just kind of confirmed what exactly Axis was going for.
And it looks like HyperKinetic will be going into that air style as we see that Fleet Beacon coming down and a couple more Stargates.
Man, going up to 3 Stargates, this is... I mean, Axis has a window here to hit before carriers really get out in decent numbers, but I mean, if he continues to be passive like he is, then I do not see this game going his way.
Yeah, I feel like this is really, at this point, Axis kind of has a timer on him. I feel like carriers are one of those units that do very well with like little micro, but like if a player does have good micro, they can do very well versus them. You know, those types of units, and just at a Gold League game, definitely a very strong type of unit for one of these players to be wielding.
Yeah, certainly. And we are seeing Axis move out on the map here. He's not too sure what to do here. He does not know about HyperKinetic's third base. Is going to move up the ramp here. Not too many Adepts here. They don't have Glaive. So he will be able to pick away at those. Photon Overcharge is going to go off. Immortal is here.
And I don't think he can get out. It's not wide enough.
Yeah, you're right. So HyperKinetic going to go back to killing his own buildings. Alright.
Yeah. This is a decent amount of atoms, but still, I think the DPS on these Hydras will make these fights very, as we see, like, going quite in favor of Axis here. Only losing a couple Hydras there, and killing about half the Adepts, and wounding that Immortal.
Yeah, the Immortal might end up getting his shield back up. In that case, it will be a very, very strong unit to have in addition to this. But I really think there's just way too much here for Axis, although going in on a move command in order to get this around is going to just gun down the Adepts and the Immortals. Not too much here for Hyper. Mothership Core ends up going down. Did not have a Photon Overcharge there, so not the biggest deal in the world. Another Adept Warp in coming in. I mean, I just really feel like the lack of glaives here really ended up hurting Kinetic.
Yeah, also being kind of greedy, I would say, going for the Stargate set early without like having enough units to defend. He did start that Immortal production fairly late. I feel like if he had 3 or 4 more Immortals with that, maybe he could have held initially.
Yeah. Alright, HyperKinetic was saying that his ramp was blocked by that Twilight Council.
Oh.
So.
Okay, yeah, that makes more sense now.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that was a position where like probes and whatnot could get through, but the Immortals, no way.
Yeah. So that will bring the score to 1-1 because the second match is a walkover in Allen's favor due to certain issues, both scheduling those players scheduling their match. But oh well, you know, it happens.
Yep, so it looks like we're going to be moving into Game 3, which is between Nano and terranmaster. It'll be interesting if terranmaster actually plays Terran. I've seen quite a few people who will name themselves something along those lines and just play like Protoss or Zerg.
Yeah, he plays Zerg actually.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
Which I guess kind of makes sense if he thinks he's like really good versus Terran. You know, he's the master of Terrans. He's not a master of Terran. Like, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. Oh, I can't remember who it was, but someone. I think actually this was a long time ago. Someone that I knew named themselves Protoss and just played Zerg and was like, well, every now and then I confuse someone and they think I'm Protoss.
So I don't have Nano's replay.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to go to the next game while he gets it, or wait for him? We wait for him.
Sure. Let's give him like a minute.
Yeah, he was in the chat.
Yeah, he's in the chat, so.
Because I mean, if he's quick with it, then.
Yeah, he's
quick. Can we get some
Beautiful.
spam at SwiftWin777 until he gives us the replay?
So I've got it set up where I automatically join games as soon as I open the replay.
Oh.
Fuck, how do I do this now?
Rip.
1 second.
mean, yes, Ace Blade is saying I've got dirt on my face, and there's the potential for that. I literally just got home from work, so.
Oh, what do you do for a job?
I'm sorry?
What do you do for a job?
I'm a used car lot technician for a dealership. I basically just make, I do a lot of things. I also help with eBay sales a little bit.
Oh, that's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I was looking at memes. Oh, yeah.
Sure.
Okay, this is, yeah. Nano versus terranmaster. I believe Nano had a grudge of terranmaster for this map. Or for this match. Don't know why, but... Alright. So we have spawning up here in the top right, playing in the green. It is Nano.
And in the bottom left-hand corner, playing in the red as Zerg, we have terranmaster. So, Overgrowth. This is, I think this was widely considered to be the most balanced map in all of Heart of the Swarm. I don't know if that still holds true in Legacy of the Void. I've found it to be a little bit Terran favored at times, but...
No. I don't know.
Nope. Okay.
I don't know. I don't really know much about the balance on this map. I haven't played a whole lot on it, actually.
Yeah.
I feel... The general consensus I've gotten from it is that Zergs like the idea of it, but there's a couple of annoying points in it.
Yeah, it's like the idea of having a fairly open center of the map and like a relatively simple gold base to take would sound excellent on paper for Zerg, but then you look at like this hallway to the fourth base, or you know, some of the cliffs and edges and drop paths, and it's like,
yeah,
maybe not.
Especially there's like a couple spots in this map that if the Terran sieges up at, they just like insta-win.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think it's as big a deal in TVZ, but that spot like across the natural, like behind the third there, if you just siege up 2 tanks there, you can shell the entire mineral line, and it's like so cost inefficient to ever deal with that.
If Terran gets there with tanks, you've already lost. Just saying. All right, so we're actually seeing, we saw a pretty quick double gas out of Nano here. Just going for a very, very quick factory after that barracks, going to produce a single Reaper and then immediately into reactor. So this is kind of looking like cars.
Yeah, this does kind of look like cars, actually. I thought Nano was very much against the idea of mech. This will be interesting if he goes into it. And Tech Lab started on the factory. Let's see what he goes for.
He's mining a lot of gas, so maybe a starport? Meanwhile, the Reaper's just kind of hanging out at the watchtower down here. terranmaster just playing fairly standard. Didn't actually get any Zerglings to deal with the potential Reaper harass, but Queens are out now, so...
Yeah, so it's one of those things that's like a player makes a mistake, but if you don't capitalize on it, there's no mistake, really.
Yeah, it's fine. Actually, terranmaster taking both gases at his natural, and this is not an extractor trick. He is really going to go heavy in the gas, and he throws down a Baneling nest. Okay.
What's he going to go for, do you think, with that?
I probably just... I feel like it's just going to be a crap load of Banelings, and he's just going to try to break in, but Nano going for a really fast siege tank here, not really seeing... too much else out of him. Alright, now he's going to end up switching the add-ons on the reactor and factory, so... Reaper does come in, sees the extra gas, does go down to the Zerglings, though.
This is pretty interesting. Looks like Nano was very scared of the early lane aggression, or a Baneling bust, maybe? I guess that explains the early tank. But yeah, this also is one of those things that's like, if you do it and your opponent does what you think they do, then you're very far ahead. But if they don't, it's not a good situation for you.
Yeah, this goes back to what we were saying earlier, where you'll see players do things that kind of seem a little strange, but in the context of who they're playing, makes a bit more sense. Like, I mean, Nano, he's playing super duper safe. Command center on the high ground, Widow Mines, a siege tank. He's going into a starport here, so... Alright, he's getting a medevac, so we might end up seeing like a Widow Mine drop. Meanwhile, terranmaster sending Zerglings across the map, so this might be the beginning of the Baneling bust.
Yeah, this is pretty interesting. Nano has a pretty good defensive setup though, with a lot of Widow Mines and a tank. Even if he does send like those Marines and a couple Widow Mines across the map as soon as that medevac pops, he'll still have a decent amount of defensive units at home to deal with that.
Yeah, certainly.
But triggering one Widow Mine already. A couple more going out here. Terranmaster's playing very smart by sending out these Lings. Baiting out those Widow Mine shots. You know, I've watched Master Zergs die to Widow Mines randomly.
Yeah, there's that famous clip of Golden losing like 20 Banelings to one Widow Mine shot.
Yeah.
During a Bane bust.
Where will you be when Widow Mine strike?
Yeah, and so behind this, actually, terranmaster is not doing too bad. His third base is about to finish. He's up 10 workers, so I mean, not completely committal here with this Baneling bust.
Yeah. I almost feel like Nano's not giving the Baneling bust as much respect as it deserves by sending out that medevac of the Marines in it. Because if he just runs up the ramp and baits out all these Widow Mine shots, there's not a lot at home really for Nano to fight off a flood of Lings with.
Yeah, and the tank is unsieged at the moment. Meanwhile, Nano is dropping at the third base, and terranmaster thinking about committing. 2 more Widow Mines do end up popping out, and the Lings are going to try to focus those down, and tank ends up... Ooh,
I guess the tank sacrifices the blood of that one Widow Mine to fuel himself.
Yeah, and meanwhile, third base taking damage here, ends up picking off a Queen. Gonna move into the drone line here.
He does have stim, so those 8 Marines are definitely something that he's going to need to be cautious of. Can't just let those get away with, you know, doing as much damage as they can. That Widow Mine will pick, that medevac will pick them all up and get out. There's Spire's on the way, but it's not done yet, so that medevac can really go wherever it feels like.
Yeah, and behind this, Nano pulled the army back, was able to get his third base landed, and so should be able to start mining off of that. His main is actually not looking too good here.
Yeah, he's really gonna have to take that third base quite soon. Just he's almost playing too safe to the point where you know, he's starting to mine out his bases before he needs to look for new ones, which is never really a good move, especially in a matchup which is so much about, you know, pressure and counter pressure.
Yeah. Meanwhile, on the right side here, terranmaster actually morphing a drop overlord. Looks like he does have pneumatized carapace, and so he's going to load up 8 Zerglings and go into the main of Nano.
Yeah, and this is very annoying for a Terran to deal with, especially if you're, you know, not good at multitasking, which, you know, I personally am not very good at. So every time stuff like this happens to me, I get really triggered.
Our SCVs
yeah, Ling's in the main now.
Yep, it'll be interesting to see if terranmaster decides to go into the front. Still, actually only 1 Widow Mine burrow, but the tank is still there, so might not be the best idea.
Yeah.
Zergling's gonna dance around a bit. Tank's gonna end up taking them out. Oh! Ooh, sneaky, morphing a Baneling in the top left-hand corner of Terran's main base. Meanwhile, Nano just getting 1-1. His third base was actually already completed. So, 4 Banelings coming in this drop overlord.
Oh, but they actually take out 5 Marines, but for 4 Banelings, it's definitely a good trade for the Terran.
Yeah, 4 Banelings plus an overlord with upgraded drop.
Yeah. Let's see here. Nano's SCV count is actually very low, only at 28 plus Triple Mule, which is okay, but definitely not where you want to be at versus a 3-base Zerg.
Yeah, but the 3-base Zerg does only have 40 drones, so it's not like like he's in a massive economic disadvantage.
Yeah, he's definitely slightly behind, but you know, not out of it.
Yeah, not too bad.
By any means. Yeah, and a couple of mutas out now for Terranmaster, sorry.
Yeah, mutas and roaches. This is a interesting style here.
Yeah, I found like that Lingbane Roach style is very weird to play against. It's like you're playing against two different styles at the same time, and you have to engage them like each fight differently.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like Nano's actually going to move out here on the map right as the mutas are going to swoop into the natural and start picking off some SCVs.
And despite how safe he's been playing this game, no missile turrets in the natural. 2 in the main though, which will be good for him.
And it does look like that Nano's just going to go for it and say, my reinforcements can deal with the mutas, which, I mean, muta count not high enough to really be too scary. And Nano's going to move in here with so many Widow Mines.
Yeah, that decision that Nano would kind of have to make here is always one that's... Oh, crap.
Oh, man, they even get the splash damage onto the Banelings.
Yeah, but those Marines can't really fight all those roaches and live to tell the tale. Sometimes you just need to keep your units alive. So Nano's bringing them back.
Meanwhile, the mutas are still just kind of screwing around with Nano here. Almost ended up picking off that tank. Looks like they did get a few more SCVs. Nano down to 23 SCVs, so I mean he's making them. They're just dying.
Yeah, the Pyro Mules have keep them alive for quite a while though. As he did take a decent trade versus terranmaster, but terranmaster is floating a lot of minerals. Really just needs to make a couple more queens here and just keep injecting. Like, you know, you can shift queue them. You know, the injects.
Yep. Yeah, it looks like terranmaster's gonna go in for the attack here. Decent number of roaches. There is still that tank on the high ground. And, I mean, Nano, the Marine count's actually kind of scary, and these are 1-1 Marines.
Oh, and our Captain Tank is picked off.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Unfortunate day. You'll never get his pension.
Yeah, indeed. Just one day away from retirement, man.
Yeah. This 1-1 Bio army going up against these 1-1 roaches and mutas, they should trade okay in a straight up fight here, but still not exactly what you want to fight roaches.
If the Widow Mines get decent shots here, then
yeah,
Nano should hold.
And ideally, I think you'd want the Widow Mines to go off kind of on the mutas and hope that they're over top of the roaches.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh, we're actually going to see a fight here. Really good concave for terranmaster. Mutas were out of position there, so...
Yeah, definitely not something I think Nano can really afford to fight at this point. He needs to keep as many units alive as possible if he's going to be on such a low econ.
Yeah, meanwhile, behind this, terranmaster is taking a 4th base, while Nano's just now floating that 3rd over. So, although terranmaster still does not have the highest drone count in the world, just went up from 40 to 52.
Yeah, and he is oversaturated at his 3rd base here. Getting his 4th up down, though. And his main is completely mined, or, well, not completely, but basically mined out. He only has 150 minerals up in the main.
Yeah. Oh, Nano hitting a really big supply block here.
But if Nano can make his units as cost-effective as he can, especially getting that 2-2, that'll make his Marines a lot more cost-efficient than they currently are. Maybe he can eke out a win here.
Yeah, certainly. He's gonna have a little window where his Marines will trade really, really well against low upgraded roaches. Ooh, but there are a decent number of Banelings here added to Terranmaster's army.
Yeah. And,
so once again, that makes it really, really tricky for Terran to take a fight, because you want to kind of be able to get good surface area on the roaches and not spread out a bunch, but then at the same time, you don't want to take massive hits from the Banelings, so you do kind of have to keep it somewhat of a spread.
Yeah. These mutas here coming in, forcing Nano to be in multiple places at the same time. And those Banelings will come in, and it looks like they're going to get really good connections actually on these Marines. That 3rd base location looks like it's going to be taken out. Oh, Nano can float that, but a single muta.
The muta that could.
Yeah.
Oh, and he's got Terranmaster. Oh man, Terranmaster's been doing a really, really good job at baiting these Widow Mine shots here.
Yeah, definitely something I think it has really helped him win in this game almost, with the amount of Widow Mines that Nano's relied on. And just negating basically all of their splash damage.
Yeah.
And now these
Boys.
roaches are killing the boys.
Yeah.
And GG's called.
All right, so that means we are 1-2 against Valhalla Gaming. So now we're moving into the big boys, though. We're moving to the diamonds. So we're gonna have Damn That's Big against Houseofgore.
Yeah.
At least in theory. Yep.
And it looks like our hypothesis was proven correct through the scientific method or something. So, yeah, and let's, get ready to go. We're going to be going into our first diamond set here on a Whirlwind. It's going to be another TVZ. And spawning into the top left location on this TVZ, we have playing for All Inspiration. It is Damn That's Big.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, trying to expand their lead, playing for Valhalla Gaming. He's the Green Terran, Houseofgore.
Sean actually, basically, he beat me to play in this match since we play for our spots and all in. And Sean beat me in a best of 3 to play in this spot. So he better win.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, man. All right, going for that extractor trick.
And let's see. Looks like Houseofgore is just going to go for a standard Reaper fast expand. Probably into a, 2-on-1 or something of those lines.
Yeah, meanwhile. Damn, that's big. Going for hatch first.
Yeah.
Houseofgore going to be SCV scouting, but going in the wrong direction. Probably. Yeah. Actually, the Reaper won't really be out in time in order to cross scout, so. Yeah, a little bit unfortunate there.
Yeah, that's what you get when you play on a 4-player map.
Yeah.
It's okay because I never SCV scout anyways.
Alright, so so far standard play out of both players. Houseofgore going to be taking that natural expansion. Damn, that's big. Just kind of playing the standard hatch gas pool.
Nothing too crazy.
No?
Not yet. But
Just learned I'm not the only person who makes stars with their rally points at the naturals.
Who did that? Was it Sean or
No, Houseofgore. But he patrolled it, so. So that's one step above me. All right, let's see if Damn That's Big pulls off gas.
I always make lines when I'm like moving my worker somewhere. Like I'll just like shift Q like a line of movement, like back and forth.
Kind of boring.
I'm a boring person.
All right, Reaper's gonna come in here. Might end up picking off a drone. Oh, okay.
Nice save there.
Yeah. Really down to the wire there.
Nice
All right.
preemptive save there. Yeah, these queens should be out, and he has 10 lings in total. Sorry, that will be coming out.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so that's a lot of lings at the stage in the game. Hopefully that's not just a reaction to the Reaper. Maybe Sean's going for some Baneling or like some Ling Flood or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like this is going to be just a Ling Flood with speed. Might not actually make any more than those 10 Zerglings.
And as you say that...
yeah, as I say that, 10 more Zerglings. So something that I've actually been playing around with and I found moderate success with is just sending a bunch of Lings over to Terran's base, because if they're doing the 2-1-1, that's really all they're going to have. And if you can just overpower the Marine count, then not only do you delay the 2-1-1 drop by a ton, but you can also do some damage to the natural.
Yeah, and it looks like Houseofgore will be going for that 2-1 build. Not doing it correctly, though, actually.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Wait,
nothing.
Wait, he has 2 factors.
Oh, cars? Well, whatever. Lings are going to move in here, end up picking up the first Marine. Second Marine is cowering in the corner in the bush. Bunker does end up going down, and he's just going to evacuate the natural.
Yeah, very unfortunate there for Gore. Luckily, he got most of the SCVs from his natural and got him into his main.
Yeah, Houseofgore starting to attempt to double up the wall.
Yeah, but he doesn't really have a whole lot to deal with this. He has 3 Marines in total, and all those SCVs just seen all those bandits moved up, and they're not gonna die for this.
Yeah.
This is what they were hired for.
Wall goes down. Lings are a little slow on the move, and SCVs have been pulled. There's one Marine who's just not getting paid enough today.
Yeah. And more Lings and a couple Banelings coming in there. And I think Sean's going to get a lot of damage done with this. Might even end the game off. Yeah.
Yeah, this is not looking good for a Terran friend.
Yeah. And alas, this has happened to many a good Terran player. Sometimes, you know, Lings just kill you. And good game.
Not even a GG.
You know, if Sean wasn't my friend and he Banling busted me, I wouldn't GG him either.
Yeah, I have to agree with you there. Yep. So 2-2, we're tied up.
Yeah, good job. I'm proud of you, Sean.
Yeah. Sorry. Are you glad? Is he well deserving of that spot that he took?
Yeah, I'm very glad he took it because you know, that could have been someone else. You know, someone else casting this game and bullying me instead. You know.
Yeah.
You never want that to happen. You always want to be the bully.
Yeah, exactly. Alright, so we're going to be moving into game 4 of...
Or 5.
4/5.
Yeah. The 4th game that we have casted, but technical game 5.
Yeah, technical game 5. And it's going to be between SCIIBMRater, better known as Tech 4, versus Prodigy.
Yeah.
On shit, I forget the name of this map.
Habitation Station. LE.
Habitation Station. Yes. Ladder edition.
Yeah, we have to make sure. You know, we don't want people thinking that we are playing on the non-ladder edition map pool.
Yeah.
Is there actually like a non-ladder edition Habitation Station?
Probably. If you looked hard enough, you could find it. Yeah. Alright, so, Tech 4 going for that gas and pool. So, yeah, actually, both players going for that pool first.
Yeah, you know, ZVZ on Habitation. Such is life. This is what you do.
It's what I do.
Well, you know, maybe you're just the exception then. But every time I've watched a Zerg play on this map, it's kill or be killed. And to kill, you gotta get Lings.
Yeah,
So.
certainly. This is one of those maps where it's Ling Bane Wars until someone dies or someone gets roaches.
Yeah.
And then it's... you know... You get roaches, generally you're favored to win. If you die, well, you're dead.
Yeah. We'll see, looks like Tech 4's getting a decent amount of Lings out here too. Not even going back into drone production. So, yeah, looks like both these players are pretty committed to getting their Lings out and going for some fights.
Yeah, Tech 4 is actually holding his Lings back, building that Baneling nest. Sending a... Alright, getting a spine. So he saw the incoming Zerglings with the Overlords. So he's playing... He's going to play the defensive game. Meanwhile, Prodigy also getting his Baneling nest.
Yeah.
Same amount of workers. These two did almost the identical build.
Yeah, very interesting actually. And both players basically know what each other's up to. Ooh, even losing that Overlord, that's kind of shitty for Prodigy.
Losing that Overlord off of like one base in these situations is pretty big.
Yeah. That's a very expensive thing to replace, and not to mention that it costs 1 larva, which you have very few of. But both players are aware of each other's situations in the sense that Prodigy's seen the spine crawler.
Oh my god!
Oh, I didn't even see what happened there.
Tech 4 got a gigantic Bane shot. All of the Zerglings of Prodigy ended up dying to one Bane. Oh,
rip.
yikes. It was that times 2.
Yeah. Not Prodigy's day. It's just one of those things that happens in ZBZ.
Banelings on ramps, man. Banelings on ramps.
Yeah.
They're scary.
We warned you, bro. We warned you about the Banelings and the Rams.
Yeah. You know, if you don't respect them, you're gonna get bitten.
Yeah. Canceled that natural, I think. I don't know. I don't think that got killed, did it?
Yeah, I think it was canceled. And meanwhile, I mean, there's nothing here for Prodigy. No Banelings. Queen does end up getting focused down, so now these Zerglings are just going to end up ravaging this mineral line. Not enough Lings popping out in time.
Yeah, and good games called by Prodigy.
Tech 4, man. Tech 4. Knows what he's doing.
Yeah. Those types of builds are definitely very tight-knit. Like, since you both start obviously with the same amount of resources and you both devote so much, like just losing a small amount can really tip the scale in your opponent's favor.
Yeah, so with that game, All Inspiration takes the lead 3-2. So we're going to be moving into our final diamond game between our man Boo and Justice.
Yeah. Shout out to Boo for being the observer and also doing the production.
Yeah.
Not gonna bully Boo today. He's a great guy. Yeah.
Just go! Do it! Alright. Another ZVT on this time on Echo.
Yeah, a lot of Terrans coming out here for Valhalla, actually. I think that's the second one they fielded, I think. I don't know. Yeah. A lot of Terrans and Zergs from both sides.
Protoss are slowly going extinct, as we know.
Yeah. Protoss.
Yeah.
Press P to pay respects.
Press F.
Well, it's P because they're Protoss.
And
it's also how you make a probe, I think. Or is that E?
I want you to look down at your keyboard. Where's P?
I don't know. You probably had to click P in Brood War, I bet.
I don't know. Yeah. Okay, well, spotting in the bottom left-hand corner for All Inspiration, the blue Zerg. Boo.
And up here in the top left, in the purple, it is playing for Valhalla, Justice. Or Just Ice, however you want to say.
Oh, yeah, because he's got the... Yeah.
Or Just Tice.
Just Tice, yes. Juice Dice.
You never know how people like want their names to be pronounced.
Yeah.
It's also weird because like in StarCraft you don't actually need to like vary your name to make it different. Like he could have, if he wanted his name to be Justice, he could just type Justice and it doesn't matter if there's another Justice.
Yeah, yeah. Well, God, how many Justices are there?
Yeah, there's probably like 20 at least.
Let's see.
But so yeah, like when they put that capitalized T there, like they want that to be there. It's not something they had to do to make their name different.
Holy shit! All right. In all of the world, how many Justices do you really think that there are?
I'm gonna go with 47.
Oh, 192.
Oh my god.
And there's 284 people with a name containing Justice.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
That's a lot of Justice.
That is a lot of Justice. So much Justice.
Yeah.
Oh, man. All right. So far, so standard.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what Justice is going for this game. He looks like he's going to be going into some sort of Hellion play, judging by the factory and reactor building. We don't see a second rack, so it's not going to be that 2-in-1 build.
Yeah, generally when they get two Marines like this and skip the Reaper, it means that they're going to go for like a relatively fast third base. At least in my experience.
Yeah. Skipping the Reaper, though, I feel is always a very ballsy move.
Yeah, it's risky, you know? It's you're not going to get as much scouting information as you would with the Reaper. Justice did send out a SCV and was able to confirm the third base going down. So at least he knows Boo is playing somewhat economically. Actually getting a tank out of this factory, so your guess is as good as mine at this point.
Yeah, I guess he just like stole Nano's build. Like this is what Nano did.
I know. He's just like, oh man, that Nano guy knows what he's doing.
Yeah, Nano is the CTL like innovation basically. Everyone's just copying his builds.
Yeah. Well, siege tanks can't attack overlords. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but those Marines can, and I don't think there's anywhere that Overlord can go before it dies.
No, it's a goner.
Yeah, rip Boo, losing that Overlord.
And yeah, I mean, Boo's just kind of got free reign to do whatever the hell he wants at this point.
Yeah, and if I were Boo, I'd be kind of like baffled. Like I'd have no clue what how my opponent was doing. Only seen like a factory with a tech lab and one barracks with reactor on it, no starport. Like it's just very like non-standard, I would say.
Yeah, I would just build drones and not stop. You know.
Yeah, I mean, I guess like you're probably there's probably two types of Zerg players out there. You're either a drones kind of guy or a Lings kind of guy. So,
yeah.
Like, Boo looks like he's a Lings kind of guy because he has built a bunch of Lings.
Okay.
So he might just go over and kill his opponent.
So we have a development. 2 more factories going down for justice.
Oh, that's interesting.
So we're gonna make it happen, baby.
Nice. I hope the spirit of Avillo comes and blesses this game, so that we'll have a nice 50-minute long game with many ravens.
Yeah, double armory, 3 factories. Probably gonna end up switching the barracks with one of them. Just pure, unadulterated.
I'm really concerned by the lack of ravens, though. I don't know how long Justice expects to stand in this game if he doesn't have ravens.
I know, like the raven count should be approaching double digits at this point.
Yeah, you really just want those ravens.
Yeah.
Just really like in every matchup.
Yeah. And meanwhile, behind this, Boo really has not droned up a bunch. You know, as you were saying, there are kind of 2 types of Zergs that when they don't know exactly what their opponent's doing, they're either just going to be like, all right, I'm building drones, I'm taking bases, or I'm going to get out my tech, play somewhat safe, not get too many drones, and prepare for an attack. And we can clearly see which side Boo is favoring in this game.
And I see in the chat there as someone who's playing Mac Monk has shown up. So
I see. He's like, yeah. He says a disturbance. What is it? A disturbance, Monk?
And so you can just feel whenever 3 factories go down, you just feel it in your heart.
Yeah.
you like taste the aluminum like in the back of your throat too, from all the like mech metal.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm sure those tanks are made of aluminum.
I don't know, man.
Sorry, aluminium.
Aluminium. Yep. For those of us overseas.
Yeah, but not a lot of units really for Justice. Like only a couple tanks.
Well, you don't need. It's not about quantity.
Yeah.
It's about quality when you're going mech.
True. Yeah. Boo has a pretty decent link count actually at this point. I feel like
Boo is playing against ByuN. That's what he's doing.
Yeah, but I mean like I have no clue how much vision Boo's gotten, but like just 2 tanks, so 4 or some Marines and some Hellions, like that wouldn't immediately scream mech to me. Like,
yeah, but this Thor shooting your Overlord kinda.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, Boo could just pull an ST, build a bajillion Banelings, and go, "I'ma kill you."
Yeah, like it's Boo's game to play here. He can solve the problems however he feels like.
Yeah. The Overseer comes in, does end up getting picked off by that missile turret. Changeling does get out though, and is going to just kind of wander around, checking out the third base. Hey, I'm the Terran building inspector. I'm gonna check how well they're producing these mech units and whether or not they meet quality standards. And he's gonna come in here with the Zerglings and say, "Yeah, no."
Yeah, not a lot of tanks here, and in fact, even getting those tanks caught out of position.
Yeah, but I mean, they're
pretty bad hits.
Yeah, so I mean, decent trade actually for ByuN, seeing as how he just traded away the Zerglings and Banelings and was able to end up getting Thors. Behind this, he actually flew in with Mutalisks and picked off the turrets in the natural, and will start hitting that mineral line.
Yeah, and that's very annoying for Justice, especially considering that his Thors, which he built preemptively against a Muta switch, have now died, and the Mutas come in and do a bunch of damage.
Yeah.
It just figures, you know, that one game where you do build the Thors, you get killed by, you know, a huge roach push or something. And then the game where, like, you don't build them, you die to Mutas. But this game, he built them and still died to Mutas.
Yeah, I mean, he had two of his tanks were unsieged and sitting on top of those Thors, so that kind of got caught off guard there, and that sealed that fight for him.
And really, he lost 28 SCVs in total in that engagement. That's a lot of SCVs to be losing, especially when you're playing mech. You really want to keep your economy stabilized throughout the early parts of that game, so that you can, you know, get your rhythm going, get your production going. You really kind of, you know, want to be stable.
Yeah. His biggest problem in this game is not enough mines, not enough ravens.
Yeah.
Just putting that out there.
Like, what I would have liked to have seen is when all those Zerglings came in, is they just couldn't do anything because there's just 30 ravens flying above, killing everything with auto turrets.
Exactly. Oh my god. Juicy shots out of those Thors.
Thors do so much damage versus Mutas. Like, I never build them in my games because I always forget to because I'm stupid, but like, every time I see other Terrans building Thors, it just looks so nice.
You're like, God, those are good. I wish I could build those.
Yeah, sadly all I have are these Widow Mines. God. And ByuN's up quite a lot of supply at this point in the game, almost nearing max. Meanwhile, his opponent's only hovering about 100. Definitely not where you want to be. And he's kind of, by showing these mutas, like, he's forced his opponent into making fours as a response to them. When I think ideally you would like to not have that many fours. You'd prefer a lot of tanks. Especially because fours don't fight lings very well. And
Thors end up getting caught out, and mutas are magic boxed on top of them. There are 2 Vikings out, however, but I mean, I think there's just too much here for ByuN.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen any game in history ever where two Vikings killed a bunch of mutas. Yeah. It just doesn't happen. And ByuN's getting in here. He's on top of the production now. Just gonna be really forcing his opponent to GG, I'd say, at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just like, imagine this game if Justice just made 50 ravens.
Yeah, this probably could have gone on for at least another 2 hours. Like, you're probably mid-game. Yeah, just like going into that standard mech mid-game at around 2 hours. With probably close to max out ravens.
Yeah.
Certainly. Yeah, you could probably have just gotten a lot more gameplay out of this, and really all we want is more gameplay.
Yep.
And GG's called. Yeah, Justice tab suit.
Yeah. So how does the scoring system work in Chobo Team? Like, does the ace match count for more than 1 point, or?
It counts for more than 1 map score.
Okay, but not more than 1 point. So at this point, all inspiration has secured the victory 4-2.
Yeah.
All right.
But we'll still cast the rest of the matches because they do matter. Map score always matters. For example, last season, actually, if we had played better throughout the season, gotten a couple more wins, All In could have actually gotten the playoffs. But we kind of gave up.
That's every coach ever just like, well, if you played better, you could have done better.
Yeah, like come on, guys. But yeah, map score does matter. So even if your team's won the week, it's still important to win your match. You shouldn't just throw it away.
Yeah. All right. Well, gonna go into the ace match, the Masters match. It's gonna be between Kingdom and Luneth on Vanny.
Yeah, this is the ace match, so it's gonna be a best of 3.
Yeah.
Let's go. All right. Oh, frig, sorry. Spawning down here in the bottom of the map, we have in the green playing for Valhalla Gaming. It is Kingdom.
And on the top of the map, playing for All Inspiration, the blue Protoss, we have Luneth.
Yeah. I definitely feel this is a comfortable Terran map. I'm not sure if I would go as far as to say like imbalanced, but definitely comfortable.
Yeah, with the pocket natural, it's really nice. It's also hard for Protoss and Zerg to defend their pocket natural against drops and whatnot.
Yeah, just a lot of versatility for Terran in this matchup, especially I feel. You know, you can, as a Terran, you can secure that pocket natural yourself. And while Protoss can't drop, I feel like Terran drops are more effective over that like large amount of space that you have to drop in.
Yeah, certainly. And, all right, we're gonna have the workers meet in the middle here, or not exactly the middle, but high five. All right, cool.
Yeah.
So Luneth going for what I believe is fairly standard.
Yeah, Gate Nexus core is pretty standard, I believe.
Okay. I don't know. I don't play the Protoss. Don't get mad, Riser. Don't get mad.
I mean, like, I don't get to play versus them because they're dead on ladders. So.
They're dead. They're extinct. They're gone.
Yeah, like if I had to go and say like this is standard because I've seen it the most, I would have to say that the Protoss should have a forge and 3 cannons in my base by now.
Yeah, there you go.
But yeah, I feel like by the definition of standard as in like an economic macro game, this is probably what you want to do as Protoss.
Yeah. So the Reaper is out for Kingdom. Ah, God. Ugh.
So we're just gonna keep like forcing each other to yawn.
Yeah. Yeah. It's gonna be the sleepy cast. All right.
Yeah.
So two additional barracks going down for Kingdom here. Now this I do not believe is standard for Terran.
No, especially when you didn't go for like a CC Thirst. It's probably going to be a very aggressive game from him, if I had to guess. Probably going to be getting Tech Lab on one of those, I assume, and getting Stim as fast as possible. Just build up a big battle force and running over across the map and trying to end it.
Yeah, Reaper does end up picking 2 more probe kills inside the main base of Luneth.
Yeah, and that's not bad at all. That's a very good value for the Reaper to be getting, especially in a matchup where I feel like the Reaper's lifespan is usually very short.
Yeah. Alright, so we're just, 1 Tech Lab, 1 Reactor coming down for Kingdom, taking a second gas as well, so, I mean, he's probably going to throw down a factory soon here and just really power off 2 bases.
Yeah, either that or he can throw down 2 more racks and just build a bunch of bio. Like, that'd be fun. But who knows? We'll see what he decides to go for.
Yeah, Reaper's going to jump in the main base here, ends up spotting both of the additional gateways as well as the Robo. Try to be annoying, but should go down. Oh, jeez.
Look at these jukes and jives.
I know, man.
And looks like it's going to get another probe kill. Oh,
wow.
He could have gotten that. But
That's interesting. The animation for the shot went off, but the probe didn't die.
Oh. I think he shut the out of his last shot, though.
Yeah.
So, anyways.
Warp Prism.
Yeah, the Warp Prism just going to put on some, light harass.
Yeah, so...
No add up all ins here, but yeah, anyways. And as you said, that factory is going down here in the base of Kingdom. He's gonna probably get a very powerful army out once those 2 medevacs eventually come out. And he'll have a huge bio ball to accompany those. And he can definitely do a lot of damage if the Protoss isn't prepared for it or, has slipped a bit in their macro.
Yeah, behind this, Luneth is actually going for the robotics bay. I think more commonly, Protosses tend to lean towards Twilight Councils just because it's a little bit more versatile, getting glaives and blink. But, I mean, with disruptors, if you control them properly, can just win you games.
Yeah, and Colossus are not a bad option at all, in my opinion. Some would disagree, but I think Colossus are a fine option in this matchup.
Yeah, I mean, it needs to not lose that Warp Prism.
No.
Nice pickup.
Yeah, that was actually kind of scary there. I thought Luneth was gonna miscontrol there, but gets all of his items out actually, and he denied a lot of mining just from that.
Yeah, all right, we are gonna see Colossus coming out here for Luneth, and I think this is. Playing Colossus can be kind of interesting. It depends on how quickly your opponent really starts to react, because a lot of Terrans, I feel like, just don't respect Colossus like they used to, and will just kind of continue to produce biomine or whatnot and not really get to those Vikings that they need.
Yeah, I like to call that the Morrow syndrome, where you see that Morrow can win without building Vikings, so you assume that you can, but you can't.
Yeah, certainly. We are seeing the third Nexus come out for Luna. Still no third CC for Kingdom. Kingdom actually running into a little bit of a supply block there. It does end up freeing it up pretty quickly. And we are going to see him move out onto this map with the first 2 medevacs.
Yeah, this is a very powerful moment for Kingdom in this game. As long as that Warp Prism doesn't come in and do a lot of damage while his units are away from home, he should be able to put on a lot of pressure. Maybe even kill or cancel this third base.
Yeah, Glaive should not finish by the time that this attack starts. And Luneth is moving around with that Warp Prism. Is going to go back into the main base here. And there is nothing to defend in the main. He's been rallying units to his natural, so the Adepts are going to fall on in and start picking off SCVs.
Yeah, there we have a couple bio units in the base here. They should be able to, with the help of some SCVs, clear up these Adepts, unless Luneth decides to warp in some more. But yeah, with the reinforcements coming out, doesn't look like it's going to be viable. And
meanwhile, Glaive,
coming in here.
Yeah, Glaive is about to finish here. Alright, Glaive has completed and needs to get those 2 Colossus together. Oh, Kingdom trying to pick off the 1. Not a good place to fight here for Luneth. Kind of stuck on that ramp. Might actually have to end up just giving up this third base, so he's going to try to take the fight.
Very nicely from Kingdom, picking off those 2 pylons immediately. If that Mothership Core comes back and overcharges those pylons, this is a completely different fight. But yeah, he does manage to get a pretty decent trade, and he's backing off.
Yeah, so, I think I give the slight edge to Luneth here, being able to hold that third base while Terran hasn't even started his.
Yeah, that is true. Kingdom's definitely in a bad economic spot. But, yeah. Also, Luneth not losing a single Colossus there. There was a couple moments I felt like Kingdom probably could have picked off that weakened one. But Luneth managed to micro it back and made it not ideal for the Terran to go in for it.
Yeah, I mean, for the beginning of that fight there, Kingdom was kind of, half of his army was shooting the Nexus. And so that was a lot of DPS that just was not focusing on the fight.
Yeah. Looks like...
Warp Prism does. Yeah, Warp Prism goes down.
That's finally cleaned up. For Kingdom, though, he did manage to save a decent chunk of the units from that initial engagement. So those will continue to be good units, like their Marines and Marauders. They're good units. And he is starting Viking production. So he is respecting the Colossus. And it looks like he's pulling the boys.
Oh, pulling the boys. Yeah, all right. So this is an interesting window that he's deciding to hit here. 1-1 is not even close to finishing. And, I mean, the 4th Colossus about to come out. I mean, if Kingdom just goes for it, then the 4th Colossus won't be able to really participate. There are a couple of force fields here. The only anti-air is 3 sentries and 2 stalkers. So the Vikings will probably go uncontested.
And he has a lot of bio here. He can definitely get a good concave. Luneth knows that and is falling back to try to force Kingdom into a worse concave than he'd like ideally. Catches out that Colossus actually coming in. This is just a huge concave of bio.
Yeah, that is huge. The force fields actually ended up hurting Luneth a little bit, as the depths weren't all able to fire at once, and Kingdom still has a lot of bio on the ground, but this is relatively close.
Yeah, still, yeah, I don't know. But still, definitely a much better trade for Kingdom, and he still has reinforcements rallying across the map. Yeah, even though the supplies look similar,
the army supply is very different.
And that Artosis pylon. Rip Luneth. Good game.
GG is called. To be honest, I didn't see a mothership core that game.
There's one earlier, I remember.
Yeah, don't know what happened to it. Oh. Luneth. Hotkey or mothership core?
Is it not hotkey?
I don't know, but put Mama in a control group, man. Alright.
Next game's going to be on Habitation Station.
Alright, Luneth is saying that he left it in the natural so he was safe against doom drops. Alright, spawning in the top right-hand corner, taking game 1. Playing for Valhalla Gaming, we have Kingdom.
And in the top left corner, we have in the blue, playing for All Inspiration, it is Luneth.
Boy, that would be interesting if you spawned bottom left and bottom right.
Yeah, it'd be pretty interesting if you could just like spawn wherever.
Yeah, God, wall that off, Terran! Oh my God. Alright, so it'll be interesting to see if the two players decide to go for something a little bit different. The map choice for Luneth, kind of interesting. I feel like that Protoss tend to want to pick the larger maps against Terrans, since Terrans have been so aggressive off 2 bases recently.
Yeah, I definitely feel like this is not the best map for Protoss and PvT. Personally, I feel very comfortable versus Protoss on this map.
Yes, but what if Protoss does something funky? I'm hoping we'll see something a little crazy.
Really disappointed though by the lack of forges in this matchup. Cannon rushes could have been pretty sick to watch.
Oh yeah, certainly. Like Luneth, why no forge? Why no cannon rush?
Come on, man. Like people do it all the time. Like Riser does it on like Masters 1 on Korea. Come on.
Yeah. So yeah, looks like we're seeing pretty much the same exact build out of Luneth.
Yeah.
Kingdom we won't really know until he either throws down the 2 barracks or like a factory or whatnot. So just kind of getting that Reaper. I feel like 95% of the time Terran just does this 1 Reaper expand opening in pretty much every matchup that isn't TVT.
Yeah. Not a whole lot of like comfortable choices in the matchup for Terran to do, and Kingdom cancels that reactor actually.
Yeah, ended up misplacing it. It was one hex too far to the left.
Yeah. We've all done it. We've all been there.
Yeah. Alright, Mothership Core is out. Reaper's gonna come in here. Not gonna be able to do too much. Just kind of seeing what's happening. Isn't able to get behind the mineral line, so he still doesn't know if Luneth is hiding tech behind the mineral line or anything like that. But because the natural is finished, you can probably assume that it's gonna be a very similar game to last.
Yeah, and with that adapt here, that should push the Reaper back, so no fair division can be granted here.
Yeah, looks like Kingdom is gonna go for that factory. So.
And looks like Luneth's gonna go for a bit of a pylon rush here, try to kill off that reactor probably.
Yeah, man, Mama's coming in!
Yeah. Mothership Core is just here. Marines are out now. They will get to that bunker in time.
Oh, be careful. Alright. Does not lose the Mothership Core. Gonna target down the reactor, but Mothership Core taking fire. feel like if Kingdom really wanted to, he could just hop out of that bunker and try to focus down the mothership core.
Yeah, and looks like that's what he's gonna do.
Oh my god, okay, that was so close.
I really don't feel like that was worth it for Luneth to do that for just a single reactor.
I mean, he got a couple of Marines additionally, but yeah, I mean, losing the mothership core I think is what hurts the most. If you end up trading the pylon and just a little bit of mothership core energy for a reactor, and I think that was 4 or 5 Marines, it's not too bad.
Yeah,
might have even gotten an SCV or two in that.
I don't know, but yeah, definitely. I still don't think it was ideal for Luneth. Not what he necessarily wanted out of that, but he's not too far behind.
Kingdom, it looks like, alright, we're going to be seeing a mine drop out of Kingdom here.
Yeah, much more conservative build than from what you did last time.
Oh, Luneth already having an observer out. So, in theory, he should be able to defend this without any issues. Mothership core has been remade. Does only have 1 photon overcharge on it, and probably won't have a second one before this drop hits.
Yeah, it'll really depend on where his units are, I think, is the big key here for fending off this Widowmine drop.
Yeah, I mean, if he's able to pull the probes, like, godlike probe pull, then...
And luckily he does have an observer with the army, so wherever he moves, I assume the observer will follow.
So, meanwhile, behind this, Luneth is doing an adept drop inside of Terran's base, paying a little bit too much attention to that. Widowmines end up getting 11 probes. Gonna drop the Marines behind this and start gunning them down. Meanwhile, the Adepts in the main base of Kingdom did end up pulling the SCVs, so no additional damage there. Viking is out in order to deal with that Warp Prism. And Kingdom even keeping that medevac alive.
Yeah, definitely a very successful mine drop from Kingdom there. Putting Luneth down to 29 probes to 39 SCVs. And you definitely do not want to be down in probes in PvT.
Yeah, certainly. Adepts are going to come back in here into the natural, doing pretty decently against those Marines. I mean, Adepts are just so tanky. Viking is going to chase that Warp Prism away.
Yeah, and looks like this game's going to go back to a bit more calm. You know, both players just going to start building some units. Luneth does head across the map, it looks like. Maybe just trying to make sure that no third base is landing.
Yeah, he might also just feel that he's in a position where he has to get damage done because 11 probes went down.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
Speaking of which, that Widowmine drop going into the natural this time does end up pulling the probes in time. Only 1 probe will end up falling. But yeah, now there's no observer back there in order to get rid of that Widowmine, and there's still a medevac hanging out. But Luneth gonna put on the aggression here. Decent amount of Stalkers and Adepts and a single Colossus.
Yeah. With all those Marines on the natural and the bunker, I don't feel like he will get the best of fights.
Yeah, but I mean, he feels like he just has to go for it here. Adept shade on in. Gets right on top of everything. Colossus is kind of in the middle. Shouldn't be in the middle there. SCV's mass repair going down. These Marines on the right-hand side doing tons of damage here. Adepts are just falling left and right. Colossus almost ends up getting picked off.
Yeah, and he pulls that back out.
Yeah, Kingdom is going to end up holding this. Loses a fair amount of SCVs, and the Marine count ends up getting reset. Meanwhile, Mine Drop did end up going back into the main base of Luneth, and Widowmine was dropped and got an additional 4 kills.
Ooh, yeah. Not great. They are on a pretty even like worker count, and Luneth's third base is almost ready, whereas Kingdom's still on 2 base. I don't see a 2C anywhere for him. No. Yeah, Luneth doesn't know this obviously, but he is in a decent position in this game. But yeah, you know, it's easy to feel like you're a lot further behind than you really are, especially after taking so much damage.
Yeah, if Luneth is gonna have a bit of a scary moment here in the next minute or two, where Kingdom will just have a fairly decent army advantage on him, and that extra income from the third base won't have kicked in. But I mean, if he if he can survive that moment, then he should be in a really good spot here.
And Luneth's going to start pulling back his forces now, realizing that, no point in staying there.
Yeah, don't want that Colossus to get picked off. Now, something that I have seen a couple of Protoss players do is they'll build 1 or 2 Colossus and then switch into Disruptors.
Yeah, I think that's actually a pretty cool move when Protoss do that. Forces Terran to react in like multiple ways, because they not only need to split versus the Colossus, but they also need to split versus Disruptors, which is very similar in execution, but still like vastly different in how you actually go about doing it.
Yeah, and I mean it's also if Terran like overcommits for Vikings, then it means the Protoss might just be able to walk them over on the ground. And what is this Colossus doing in the middle of the map?
I don't know. I guess just going up for a stroll.
Yeah, just hanging
Day.
out. All right, will Kingdom pull the boys?
Yeah, I've actually been picking that.
This is looking like a boy pull.
Yeah, a lot of Terrans I find that do pull the boy struts tend to do them a lot. They usually like them a lot.
Wouldn't mind somehow gotten the natural of Luneth and took out an additional 5 probes. So I mean, Kingdom has been on top of these drops.
Yeah, those window mines really doing well this game.
Yeah. All right, Kingdom is unloaded from the bunker. I feel like something's gonna happen. +1 attack is about to finish.
And will he pull the boys after +1 is done?
I don't. This is looking like a boy pull because I feel like this is this is an all or nothing fight coming up here. And
it's
the boys.
A boy pull.
Yep, boys have been pulled. All right. Actually, I think Luneth is in not as good of a spot as he was in the last game.
Yeah, that's Scantipede sees that huge bio ball moving across the map, and yeah, that's Scantipede. He's gonna have no part in this.
Yeah, Scantipede want no part. And I mean, Luneth doesn't have glaive in this. So this is gonna be an uphill battle. Where's the Mothership Core? Mothership Core is in the main.
It's literally an uphill battle.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Kingdom stimming in. SCVs are actually.
Yeah. Looks like Luneth knew that Terran was Imbo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and All-In loses the ace match, but wins the series.
Yeah, wins the series 4-3. Don't know what the map is. The map score then tied?
No, it'd be 4-3.
Well, I know what the map score.
What do walkovers count as?
I think the walkovers count as last match score. I don't know. Don't ask me these questions. It makes me look like an idiot.
It's not like you're a CTL admin or anything, right? Yeah.
Yeah, like it's not like I'm supposed to be the one enforcing these rules or anything. Find out next week.
Yeah.
Alright, so I guess that's it.
Yeah, that's about it for our cast tonight. Thanks for tuning in, everyone.
You got anything else to say, or I'm gonna figure out who to host in about a second. I've got 26 viewers. I feel like it's worth it. Left screen is vibrating. No, okay, never mind. You're just going mad. Who's streaming? Ryza, turn your stream on right now.
Yeah.
Or one of you two are turning your stream right now.
Hold on.
Oh, you're gonna stream?
Wait. Who's playing who's playing the other CSL right now? Is Exile playing right now? No, he's not. Damn, I thought he was playing right now. Nope. Wait, why is C-Star League playing League of Legends? God damn it. Yeah, no one's streaming.
Nothing makes sense anymore.
All right, whoever on All-In wants a 26-person host, you better start streaming in about 2 minutes, and tell me. But yeah.
Bryzer's streaming now.
Is he?
Yeah.
Wagon just started his stream.
Yeah, I mean, Wagon is here.
Is it Ryzer or SC2? I don't even remember. No, it's just Ryzer. Is he actually streaming?
Yeah, he is.
He is. All right. Go watch Ryzer.
See his hand cam.
See you guys later. Peace.
Bye.
All right. Good cast, guys. Good cast.
Yeah. I thought that was pretty good.
That was a great GG time with him. I'm not gonna lie.